Hey Ty, I want to talk to you about your point guard rotation. What kind of a luxury is it to have three guys who can all handle the ball some, but also are all really good off-ball threats, especially now Rondo making his threes as of late. What does that add to the offense that they don't need the ball in their hands to be effective?
That's great for us. I think the PG Kawhi, carrying most of the roles, offensively. Teams are going to double team or blitz or they're excited to do defensively. Those guys can make shots off the ball. And also they all bring something different, like Pat Beverly, like I said, defensively, all team on defense, and then Rondo being the great passer that he is, and Reggie being able to score the basketball the way he does. So they all three bring something different to our team offensively. So I mean, it's just a good luxury to have. And like I said, we got to continue to keep picking up the rotation.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next, we'll go to Law.
You had a great night as far as managing some minutes here with Kawhi, Mook, Pat not having to play in that fourth quarter. And I just want to know from you you haven't played Paul and Kawhi's second night of back-to-backs in a while. Has that already been determined as whether or not they would play tomorrow in Houston?
I'm not sure yet. The guys getting evaluated now, just kind of seeing how the guys feel. We'll talk to the real science guys and training staff after this, but I'm not quite sure right now.
Thanks. Next to Cam.
Hey, good evening, Coach. Looking at this game, you guys scored 13 points in the second quarter and then 40 in the third quarter. What was the conversation? Well, what happened in the second quarter? What were they doing to slow you guys down? And then how'd you get that change around in the third quarter there?
Second quarter, we turned the ball over a lot, which we don't like to do. And they did a good job of just mixing the defenses up on us, going zone, starting in zone after the first pass, going man. They just tricked the game up on us. And it's something that we needed to see. We came in the third quarter, made some adjustments offensively of how we wanted to attack, the zone defense or when they go zone and drop to man. We figured out how we wanted to attack it at halftime. Our guys came out and executed. So the third quarter, like I said, was great. And then the fourth quarter, just, not having to bring Kawhi back and Marcus back is good.
Coach, when you're making these halftime adjustments, are you relying on your coaching staff to kind of see what they see? Or is it the feel that you have for the game that you just make the changes? I know you talked about in the past you're making a lot of changes based on the feel, your gut feeling. Talk about that process if you would.
Yeah, it's all of us. I could throw something out to the guys and just kind of see how they feel. Some things I already have my mind made up on, but they do a great job of just kind of reading what teams are doing. Like I said, it's been great with Kenny and DC and Chauncey, LD, C. Roy, all the guys. They really see the game well, and I love and listen to the input a lot. So it's all of us collectively. I always have my mind going about different adjustments, how teams play, what they do, and they're there to tell me what they see, and what I'm thinking is the right thing as well. So it's good. It's also good, like I said, having LD for the field so long.
Thanks, Coach.
Next, we'll go to Andrew.
Hey, Ty, congrats on the win. I feel like this was a few months ago now when we talked about advanced stats and how you feel like they need to be put into context for you. And going back, I think the last 8 games entering tonight, the offense has been 21st in offensive rating, obviously far down from where it usually had been. Does that, and then you have the second quarter tonight in the way that kind of the turnovers, does that to you tell a story of does that reflect kind of what you're seeing where the offense needs to still tune up in the next week and a half before the playoffs begin? Or do you feel like that isn't quite the way you're seeing it? It's not quite as bad as that would be portrayed.
Well, it's a combination of a lot of things. I think, Kawhi missing the amount of games that he missed. I think with the injuries, like, of course, Kawhi's not playing. Most of the time, your scoring's going to be down. I think then getting guys healthy and then trying to understand how we want to play and what players fit the group has also been a process as well. So, I don't want to just say that, our offense has been bad. Looking at it, we do some good things here and there. A lot of times we have a lot of combinations on the floor. The guys haven't played together, and so they're not really in sync and in rhythm. So that's been the biggest thing the last, 5-6 games of the season, just getting everyone healthy, but also being able to see the flow of the game offensively and defensively. We're trying to do. So I thought tonight was a good start for us. Like I said, come out in that third quarter, I had to make some adjustments. We have scored 30 points against this team was good. And I thought our defense overall all night was good.
To go to the young man, Mr. Scrub, he gets in there, gets his first points. He talked about how awesome it's been to not only be around you guys, but be around such a veteran team where he can learn from. What have you made of his last 5 months where it's been, I'm sure, not easy for him? What have you seen from him?
It's been awesome for him. I think, coming out from Louisville and looking up to Rondo, so having him on the team and looking up to Pavy TPJ as well. Just having those guys, being up with him, trying to show him the way. And then the long process he's had, throughout the course of the season after getting surgery, just the grind, the rehab, and all the things he had to do to get back on the floor. It's been tough on him. So, when you're a basketball player, it's tough to go, any kind of athlete, it's tough to go for things when you're out 5-6 months. You miss the game that you love so much. So his whole recovery's been great. The work he's put in has been great. And like I said, getting his first 2 points, the team was happy for him. They gave him a game ball. So it's good. It's good for him to get a taste of it. Going into next season so he can understand what it takes and what he has to work on and what he has to get better.
Thanks, Ty.
Next to Sabrina.
Hey, Ty, just sort of building off of what Andrew said, with these young guys who obviously won't get much of a chance to play minutes, going forward over the next couple months, what are your expectations of them in practice and on the bench and stuff?
Staying engaged, just being engaged, understand what you're doing, understand the game plan. You never know. You might need one of those guys, end of the quarter, foul trouble, you got to know exactly what you want defensively, what we're trying to do, and also offensively. So they got to stay engaged. And, a lot of the young guys will be on the scout team when the playoffs come anyway. So they should know what other teams play. They should know what we're trying to take away. And so it'll be a good experience for them.
Thanks. Time for one more. Go ahead, Farbad.
Hey, Ty, we just saw, Jay Scrub get his first points. He got some hugs. And I asked him about, what the celebration was like for him. Just kind of curious, do you remember what it was like when you scored your first points in the NBA and kind of what the reaction was like for your teammates in the back and everything like that?
I really don't remember. It was so long ago. I really don't remember. But, I just remember my first, I came in a lockout season. So the first 35 games, I was on IR for the first 35 games. So the very first game I played was against Utah Jazz, against John Stockton. I'll never forget that moment and that opportunity. So it was just a blessed day for me to be able to be on the floor and be on the court after, dreaming, being in the NBA and hopefully one day get the chance to play against the greats. And like I said, my first game was against the great John Stockton. So I'm just happy for my career, just happy that God blessed me to be in that position.
Was that kind of a rude awakening for you as a rookie to have John Stockton as the first game?
Not really a rude awakening, just being in awe because you watch these guys, growing up, you watch playing with Kobe and Shaq, watching those guys, and then have a chance to play against Karl Malone and John Stockton in your first game. Guys you look up to, you idolize growing up. So just being in awe, just like I'm on the floor with these guys, and I'm teammates with Kobe and Shaq, and just a great feeling, especially when they welcome you in the way Kobe and Shaq did when I was young, along with Eddie Jones and Brian Shaw and those guys. Jay Scrub getting the same kind of treatment, Kawhi and PG. The guys just welcome me